Hello, everyone, and welcome to the. Every time I do this, welcome to the Marvel Strike Force live show number 3. I'm joined by my co-host and esteemed colleague, good old Maurice. How you doing today, bud?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Sorry for the late night stream tonight, guys. Sorry for the odd night as well. We had a personal event to attend yesterday, so we couldn't do it then. So we're gonna be doing it for tonight just to make up for yesterday, but next week we'll be back on Friday night at our normally scheduled, late night anyway. I mean, midnight hours usually, but we'll be back on Friday night again next week for sure. So, that's what's going on. But this week, we're going to go ahead and dive right into this Ant-Man thing here. So, there really is no information about it in game other than that it's coming. I'm going to go to the inbox message that we got the other day. But it just kind of explained that Ant-Man was coming into the game, correct?
Yeah, that's about it. That's about all we got. I'm looking at the website now. There's no sort of official notes really on the page itself.
So a new Marvel Strike Force update is coming soon, including 2 playable characters, Antman and Wasp, new Antman and Wasp character event campaigns, chat blocking, alliance matchmaking improvements, and more. Check back daily to ensure you don't miss it. So I guess we just have to guess when it's coming. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's one of those things where, I don't know, in this game they're very vague about updates and what's going to happen, and there's no real source of data on the forums. And I know I know that a friend of mine from our Game Changer program in EA Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes mobile gamer, went actually to Fox Next Studios earlier this week, and he got the chance to take a look at Ant-Man and Wasp and the character animations for the characters, and he said it looks really cool. I saw his video about that. You should definitely check that out on Mobile Gamer's channel if you get a chance. But I don't know. I mean, again, we didn't really get any information. I mean, even the stuff that he mentions on the video is kind of vague. He did a Q&A about some upcoming characters and, why the game doesn't have multiple different variations of characters, like Spider-Man with a different outfit, and he doesn't know if they're going to do that or not. But they basically just went into, he basically just went into some different thoughts about the new characters and what his impressions were, or his initial impressions were of their abilities, but he didn't really get into any detail about what the abilities were and when they're coming. Obviously, I think it's going to coincide with the movie release, so I don't think we're looking at any later than July 6th when the movie is in the theaters. But I think we're going to be looking at possibly, I think it'll be a weekend thing, so I'm sure they'll probably do it kind of like they did with Mordo this week. They'll do it next week, but he did also mention that we're not going to be attaining these characters in the traditional manner. So we're not going to be getting these characters out of a blitz. We're not going to be getting these characters out of a pack. They're not going to be a legendary event. And he said he's really excited about the way you're going to be able to get the characters. So that makes me think that there's going to be some sort of alternate type of event that we're going to do that will get us character shards. Now, I don't know what that is, because I'm assuming that this is going to be some new way to get characters that we haven't seen yet in the game. What are your thoughts, Maurice?
Well, I mean, from the sounds of it, this is going to be our next event, right? Like, we had the Thanos raid, we had the Deadpool raid, and now maybe we'll get an Ant-Man activity and a Wasp activity. Maybe you get them both at the same time. I'm not sure. I've only played this game long enough to see both of those events I just mentioned. I don't know. I mean, just who knows? I mean, I can't imagine it would be, an Iron Man type, legendary type event.
No,
it could. I mean, it's
not going to be that cool. I mean, I think it'll be.
No, those aren't cool. I don't really. Those are frustrating because I didn't get Iron Man. Did you?
No, I didn't get Iron Man, unfortunately, and I'm crying myself to bed every night about it. But I mean,
well, we got Thanos and we got Deadpool. So.
So I kind of like the raids. Yeah. So I mean, like if they were doing it raid style, that's cool. But I mean, this could be something different where we do actually get a shot to get the full character, or at least get the character to a viable level. Now, I mean, I don't know. It's 2 new characters. I mean, maybe they'll release them in sort of a farmable type situation, or maybe it'll be a whole new event, like, you know, called something completely different, where every time you complete the event, you get shards for the character. Or maybe it's something that happens over the next 30 days, where you have to just do the event every single day, and maybe you get 5 shards, like, you know, kind of like you get Wolverine. I don't know what else they can really do. I mean, I'm really kind of curious to see what's going to happen. I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But again, that's kind of what's I mean, you know, usually with games like this, I mean, they'll give you some information. I mean, they may not tell you exactly what it is, but they'll give you something to kind of go off of, and then you can make your own assumptions based off that info. I mean, we really have nothing, so we don't know at all, like, what's happening. I mean, they're not even saying it's specifically an event. So, I mean, they're just saying that we're going to get the characters, and it's going to be in a new way, is what Mobile Gamer says. So, I mean, I don't know what that means, but I'm hoping that it means that we can get the characters at a higher level than we would out of, like, let's say a Blitz, or, you know, something like that.
Well, I got Thanos at 4-star, Deadpool at 5. I'm pretty satisfied with that, for, like, pretty much just getting them right away. Like, I didn't really have to farm for them.
Let's not talk about you and getting awesome drops out of those raids. I mean, you know, I don't know how you got Deadpool to 5 stars. I mean, you must have had like 320 drops or something like that. I mean, I got like literally 4 shards every single time. Period. You know, except for, no, I got 10 once. Sorry, 10 once. But that's,
well, there was a super secret link. Excuse me. There was that link that you could click on, and it would take you to this random page. You just randomly get 15 Deadpool shards.
So that was not for Android though, right? That was only for Apple.
Oh, that could be the case. That I'm not sure.
Yeah. So how you doing in this Mordo event? I mean, I haven't really done it much.
Well, you know, just these blitzes for newer characters are way more competitive than, say, the Luke Cage one we just had. You know, and like I kind of, you know, I just don't have that deep of a roster. So if I kind of screw up and lose a battle, get kicked back a tier, or, you know, just lose it on the final battle, like say tier 4, this blitz I lost the final battle of tier 4, so to play all those matches again, and just I don't stand a chance with the way my roster is right now to be losing a couple and then remaining competitive. So I kind of just take it. I lower my expectations pretty quickly for these new characters.
I just feel it's like one of those things where if you're not running with a 120, you know, if you're not running with a 120k squad, you know, I mean, you don't really have a shot.
Well, you don't need 120k. You just need multiple strong teams, like 3 teams at 80k, or like 3 solid teams, like an A team, a B team.
Right. I understand what you're saying. You need to have a larger roster more than anything else. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I'm just thinking. I mean, you know, you're not really going to have a roster like that unless you have a squad that's 120k though.
Yeah, no,
you know
I don't.
You know,
I haven't played long enough to develop, you know, many characters. So I mean, I've got my arena team, and I'm slowly working on like a solid B team. You know, good reserves for my arena type of alternates, making a B team out of that, and then the C team is just a really low, like tier 7 type hand team. You know, it's pretty consistent, but it's not going to beat the real hard matchups.
I mean, my A team is like a C team. You know, so it's like, you know, it's just weird because I'm coming from a game where I started off at like the top of the meta, right? So like, it's like when that game first came out, you know, it's a very similar game. I was able to, you know, farm characters right off the bat. It's like everybody was kind of able to start the game at the same time. So now I feel like I'm way behind in this game. And like we're just constantly playing catch up, and you know, it just seems like an insurmountable game of catch up. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, again, it's not really that competitive yet. Like, we don't really have to worry too much about the higher tier players because there really isn't much content that integrates that. But you know, that's coming, especially with the introduction of Alliance Wars and things like that. Another thing that they mentioned was that there would be improved Alliance chat or something like that. What do you think that means?
Well, you can block the chat. It said, and, I mean, I mean, I'm sure you can see it on the stream here. Like, you should probably block it for the live. Just people get in there and just type nonsense. It's just
Yeah.
silliness, and it doesn't really bother me. But I mean, I can see how it could be super offensive to most. Just people. Just dumb kiddie type stuff. And if you're playing a game to relax, enjoy yourself, and you don't want to see that stuff, apparently you can block certain people from spamming or typing, things that offend you. I don't know. But as far as improved alliance chat, I'm not really sure. I think it's okay as is now. You just click on the alliance tab, and there's a lot of spam in there, like level. This raid's been launched. This raid's been launched. A lot of just generic game generated stuff. But I think it's okay as it is now.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay right now. I don't know. It also says something about. Let me check it out.
Well, you got that big 17K in the Mordo Blitz. You're balling, man.
Don't talk about my Mordo Blitz. It's amazing.
You went pretty hard for this.
No, I didn't. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to get him, so I was just like, whatever. If I had bought that $26 pack or whatever, or $29 pack, and I'd gotten him to 2 stars, I'd be literally spending every resource that I have to try to get him there. But I mean, I didn't do that, so I mean, whatever. I'm not really super. If they did that again, let's say for, like if they had done that with like Doctor Strange, I would have bought the $29 pack and I would have done this. But I'm not like as excited about Mordo as I would be about Doctor Strange or. Some other characters that they could release. I mean, if they released if this was like, if this was like, for example, what's if it was like Star-Lord or something like that, then I would think completely differently.
We gotta think they're coming. They should be coming soon, right? Like you'd think, but.
You would think so, yeah. But yeah, no. So it says here, Alliance matchmaking improvements, and a new Antman and Wasp character event campaign. So it's going to be an event campaign. So I think the way we're going to get them is kind of like we got like Deadpool. It's going to be like through like playing like some sort of a campaign.
Like, it could be like one of those events. Like we had one for Thanos and Deadpool. Like just kind of an event like that. Maybe it'd be a little more challenging if that's the only way we get him. It might have some sort of character requirements. That we have to meet and give us. I have no idea.
How many of those mega orbs have you opened up since they came out? Like with the 50 shards?
Every single one of those blitzes, I've gotten the 1 through 10%. I guess. I think it's like the top 500, get the 100 plus shards, and then the next tier down gets like a full. I think it's like 2,200 something mega orb tokens, and I've gotten that every time. I go pretty hard on those. I know I'm not going to get the character, but I use all my currency and stuff to get that mega orb because that's super helpful. I mean, I pulled 100 Nobu out of there. I wouldn't have him otherwise. I've got Kingpin out of there for 50. I wouldn't have him otherwise. Those are 2 characters, great characters. I wouldn't even have if it weren't for those mega orbs. And then I think I got the third one. I think I got Jessica Jones, which is okay. I mean, I'll take that.
Jessica Jones is all right. I mean, yeah. She's not necessarily a fantastic character, but I mean, you're gonna, I think she could be a freebie Black Panther shard. What?
Yeah, I think Doctor Strange, and Black Panther both have been moved to the regular premium orbs now because I feel like I got a Doctor Strange earlier.
A free Black Panther shard. I will take that anytime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Black Panther and Strange you can get just normally now through those blue. Yeah, through that premium orb right there in the corner.
Let's open some of these gear packs here and see what we get.
If you spend a little bit of energy, man, you'll get enough. Like if you do a refresh, maybe here on the stream, you'll get enough. You only need 175 of the premium orb currency. And it's the spend campaign energy milestone right now.
Okay. And
so if you spend your energy, you might get enough. All you need is the first rank or 2 for that milestone, and you'll have enough for a premium orb.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you can do a little gambling. Yeah, get you some more Black Panther.
That would be sick. I would rather have Black Widow, to be honest with you, than Black Panther. But whatever. I'll take Black Panther too. I need 15 more Black Widow shards to get her to unlock her. So, do you have Black Widow unlocked yet?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
I think I still need 33 shards. I think is what I need for her.
Let me pull
I did pull her a good bit though out of the basic orbs. I get a bunch of one of her. Just one.
I'm gonna pull a couple of these raid orbs here. See what we get. Okay, I'll take it. You get 9 shards out of this. It's just so much more valuable than pulling just Thor shards. So I got 4 Thor shards out of this. That's okay.
Ah, but the gear. I guess you get a little bit of gear out of that too. No, you get all characters.
All characters, yeah. You buy
some characters are pretty awful though. They are a better value. You got four Thor there.
Yeah, I got some bad luck though too. I mean, I got 5 Shield Trooper shards, which I could probably do without. But I mean, you know, it's a risk you take. I sometimes I usually get like a little bit of all. I mean, I should have saved enough to at least buy this set of Thor shards. I want to get Thor to 5 stars, and then I'll just probably buy packs after that.
I would just buy gear with it, man. Thor and Hand Sentry are pretty much the only characters of any value in there. Maybe there might be one more okay character in there. I mean, that gear is super valuable.
Okay. So you know better than me. I mean, you know, if the gear is something I should be buying, then I'm missing the boat on that.
Like, see that advanced MRI up there? Like, you need a ton of those to get Quake and Captain America up to like tier 9, tier 10. Those phosphates, you need the phosphates for about everyone. It's kind of, you know, the phosphates seem to be like this game's version of the Star Wars Carboni.
Okay.
So you need a lot of those.
I need these. Let me get a bunch of these. So
Josue saying use your regular energy, you're capped.
Use my regular energy?
Yeah, just use your spam some stuff.
Like this, you mean?
Yeah.
Use my regular energy and get some stuff.
How's everyone doing on the Mordo climb? Well, Ramon's pushing for 25K.
I'm pushing for 25 solid.
I think I've got about 175. I'm not going to go too hard. You know, there's no chance. I don't even think I'll get the top 10% this time. So I'm going to save my stuff for the Blitz assault that starts tomorrow. Hopefully everyone goes ham on Mordo, won't have any currency left, and I can just sneak into the top 10% on that one and get some premium orbs out of it. At this stage, I need a little bit of everything. Like, that mercenary event's coming back in 2 or 3 days now, and I've got some 3 stars, but I wouldn't mind pulling a few premium orbs, getting some more Korath, who was awesome. Getting like Bullseye. I don't want to farm Bullseye. If I pull Bullseye, I have a premium orb, I'll take that. Stuff like that. I'd love to get some more mercenary lieutenant. Sniper's pretty good. And I've got the Deadpool, so that's my only 5-star one.
All right. So what were you saying? I need to spend what to get one of those premium orbs?
Yeah, just go to your home and then hit the milestone tab and look what the milestone is. And it should be spend campaign energy. And you only need 65 currency to get a premium orb. So if you get the first milestone in your spend campaign energy, you'll be able to open a premium orb.
Uh-oh, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Premium orb. Oh, baby. Give me 15 Black Widow. Let's do this.
I'm calling Scientist Supreme.
Oh! 15 shield operative shards. Jesus, come on, man.
Hey, it could be a lot worse.
50. I want 50 I want the 50 Black Widow. That was just back there. Give me 50 Gamora shards. Give me 50 Daredevil. 50 Black Panther. I mean, come on, man. That would be awesome. 15 shield operative.
That's all right. Like, if you open it up, you see a purple one, you're like, yes. And then it just drops down like Abe Infector. You're like, oh.
That's so disappointing. I mean, that's like such a disappointment. All right, whatever. It is what it is. So, we started doing the Maurice raids, right?
Yes, that's funny. The other day in the morning, like I had forgotten, I had we needed some more battles. And I was like, oh, I haven't done 3 battles, so I spammed my 3 battles real quick. And stuck the phone in my pocket, I guess, and somehow I launched a level 40 raid, and everyone's been dubbing it the GOM raid.
Well, I mean, now we're doing it. Now we're doing it on the regular.
I guess
you've inspired the community now to do level 40 raids all the time. I mean, so
we're not getting 100% on the level 50 just because of lack of participation. So we're doing both of these, getting 60% in both, and it seems to net better rewards overall.
Yeah,
like the people that are getting like top 4 in the level 50 raid, it might hurt them a little bit. I don't know. I haven't really looked at it that closely, but it's probably, I don't know. I don't know if it's the most efficient thing to do, but that's what we've been rolling with in the last 3 or 4 days now.
Do you think what I'm curious about is, do you think Ant-Man will have the Avengers tag?
As somebody in the chat mentioned, we probably will need, just like for the Iron Man to get Nick Fury, we'll need 5 Avengers, and it could give you an extra option in case you missed Iron Man.
I wonder if I mean, I don't think Wasp will, but I mean, I'm wondering if basically if Ant-Man will have the Avenger tag. That'd be kind of interesting to find out. But I don't know. I mean, I think we're probably at least a week out from finding out, and when the characters do drop, it seems like we'll be able to get at least probably an unlock of each character at some level. That's the way it seems like they're doing it. I don't know if it's going to be a high level unlock. I don't know if it'll be viable, because really, I mean, I can't use a character right now unless they're 5 stars. So. I mean, I guess in Blitz I can, but I mean, as like a 3-star, 4-star, I guess I could get away with a 4-star or whatever for Blitz. But if I want to use the character, in arena or in gameplay for, let's say, raids, I'm going to want them to be at least 5 stars. But I don't know, we'll see. Well, she's really sick, Gamora. I mean, I hope Ant-Man and Wasp, have some cool animations. Do you think Ant-Man will do like the ability where he grows like super large and maybe steps on the whole other team?
He's got to, right?
He has to.
I know in the Future Fight game there was a move you could use, one of his special abilities, where he just grow to the size of the screen, just go stomping around. Yeah, so probably so. You would think so.
Probably so.
Yeah, I that's one of the few things I remember from Future Fight is how good those 2 characters were great in that game, and hopefully the same here. The power creep though in these characters, it's like these new characters, like Deadpool is something else, Cable is something else, Doctor Strange is something else.
I really like Cable. Like I really like.
Oh, he's
Cable.
awesome.
He's
like so him. Great.
Yeah.
I use him on my B team Blitz, a 2-star. Just he shreds me. He does so much damage, and that little speed boost he does at the beginning of the match, it's super helpful. It doesn't look like much when you read the abilities, but it makes a huge difference.
I wish I had Cable. Like I wish I had like a 5-star Cable.
That's about the only character I have that I'm comfortable using in tier 6 or above in the Blitz. He's only Vision. I don't really trust Vision yet. Maybe I don't know how to use him properly. Maybe I haven't invested enough in his abilities. But he always seems to let me down. So, but Cable, especially pairing with Deadpool, Korath, that's nasty. That's really nasty little trio there of just massive damage.
Got to stop Nick Fury here. This guy, like, once he starts going, it's over.
Yeah.
This whole thing here with Nick Fury is retarded.
He is one of the more terrifying opponents in the the PvE stuff. Like when you're facing the computer in the raids or in these battles, and you see Nick Fury, like, oh.
He's like he's one of those characters that really, like, especially when he's surrounded like this by shield characters. I mean, he's just he's just kind of like feeding the team like turns, and he's calling in goons and allies to assist, and he's giving health to his squad. I mean, he's regaining health throughout the match. So I mean, yeah, he's definitely somebody you don't want to see unless you have like your cooldowns all reset and you're ready to take him out. If you don't take him out at the beginning of the match, you're in trouble. Let's take out Black Widow here. No, that didn't work out.
We did get Mercenary Sniper and Lieutenant offers in the store for $5. You can get 25 shards.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You buying that pack right now?
No, I'm a pass. I'm a pass on those.
Are you ready to get any of the I guess the equivalent of what would be I guess
the credit heist?
The credit heist, yeah.
Yeah, the payday is. I can do the 3-star one. I have 5 3-star ones, and I've got 3 4-star ones too, but the other 2 are held back by like hard nodes. Like I need Mercenary Lieutenant, who I generally hit at least one of his nodes every day. One of the nodes he has some gear that I need often, so I hit it. And then I think I got Bullseye, Korath, and Deadpool 4-star. And then I need Lieutenant and. Okay. Oh, the riot, the tank, the riot guard is my other one that's close, but it won't be ready in 3 days. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. Like I'm not gonna panic farm something that's gonna net me, 250,000 extra credits once a month. I don't think that's really worth it to me. But
no, I understand. I mean, I think it's obviously long term. It's something that I think will be worth it for the credits, because I mean you need some source of credits in this game. Credits is still a grind in this game for sure, but I think that it's not going to give you such a tremendous benefit like the credit heist does in the other game. Really, you're not going to be getting like I mean, what's the max you can get out of it? Like, can you get $1 million?
I don't know. I feel at this the 2-star level. I couldn't do the 3-star last time. The 2-star one, I think I got. I don't know. Maybe I don't remember exactly. Maybe 250,000 to 400,000 credits. I mean, it's a lot, but I mean, you can spend that in a matter of 2.5 minutes. Just like taking your Gamora to 6-star is what I would do. Like on payday, what I'll do is when I get paid, I'll probably take Gamora to 6-star, level Kingpin up to level 60, and that'll probably about wrap it up for all the credits. So.
Okay, let's see here. Alright, I think momentarily here we're going to move into our top 5 for this week. Let me just see if I'm going to do this one more battle. Yeah, I got enough to do one more battle, I think, here. We'll do that. But yeah, overall, I'm excited about it. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't get Iron Man. I was really hoping that I would be able to get enough shards, but it would have been like a serious investment to try to get Iron Man now. Like now that I know what's coming and that what I need to farm, I'm just going to try to be a little bit more diligent when I'm farming some of these characters now. This is going to be over real quick here. This is where Nick Fury just wipes me out.
Well, I mean, for me, the reason I couldn't get it is because I had Captain America, who they did not have an offer for. Did they? Unless I just missed it.
No Captain America offer.
And then I don't even have Black Widow. And they didn't have an offer for Black Widow, but Black Widow can only be obtained through premium orbs, right? Like, you can't even farm for it if you wanted to. And Shield Operative would be my 5th. I have Medic, Hawkeye, and Quake at 5-star. And they had offers for Hawkeye and Quake, and those are 2 of the easier ones to get there. And then the other minions, I have no interest in, like Assault. Shield Trooper's terrible. Shield Security's pretty bad, too. So an Operative is at least decent. She's okay.
Yeah, no, I feel like the packs were mainly Quake. You had the Black Widow pack for that time. I bought the Black Widow pack. But it was
the Quake pack was kind of silly, though. She's such an easy farm.
It doesn't make sense to buy the Quake pack. But they offered it twice. So if you wanted like a quick boost for Quake to get her to like 6 stars or something like that, it would have been, you would have spent $50 for it, but I mean, it would have got you there, or 40
I
bucks.
just don't. I don't see any scenario where your fifth shield is going to be Quake that you're slacking on. You know, like I can't imagine you have a 5-star shield assault, shield medic, operative, 5-star Black Widow, and not have a 5-star Quake.
Right. It's just one of those things where, you know, I feel like it would have been cool to get like a little boost if I had the extra bucks to spend on it, but you know, I would have felt the same way about the Hawkeye shards. You know, and you know, either way, I mean, the only one that was really worth it to me was the Black Widow pack, and that's just because Black Widow didn't pop up. I wish I bought the first Black Widow pack that I'd have her unlocked right now, but at least I'm only 15 shards away. So next time I get like a lucky drop somewhere, or if she becomes farmable, I'll have her unlocked really fast, and I'll have her at 3 stars. So that's pretty cool. But this pack, I think I'm going to stay away from. And as far as the Luke Cage pack is concerned, I am definitely going to stay away from that. Definitely not buying the Luke Cage pack. Let's put it that way. $30 for 55 Luke Cage shards?
Now, is
no.
there...
Just no.
Forgive me, but is there some sort of, like, Luke Cage TV series have a new season? Is it coming out on DVD or something? Like,
there is a new
really pushing this guy.
There is actually a brand new season of Luke Cage right now on Netflix.
Okay,
so Luke Cage season 2 just was released on Netflix. So that's part to do with this.
Okay, yeah, he's got character of the month. You know, he's got a blitz. They're offering this extremely.
It's also something that they don't mention that at all either, right? Like there's a new season of Luke Cage on Netflix. Go check it out. You know, there's zero mention of that.
Well, that pack is pretty
horrendous.
Yeah, I wouldn't get that one though. That was terrible.
That's a joke. I mean, it has to be. It's like oh, Luke, it's like the Father's Day gift. Here's Luke Cage shards. You know, no thanks. All right, let's move on to our top 5 this week. And this week we're doing top 5 support characters from Marvel Strike Force. Okay, so moving on to number 5, we have the wonderful lady whose shards I just got 15 of a few minutes ago, Shield Operative.
See, there you go, man. Yeah, we actually talked about her a bunch tonight, haven't we?
Yeah.
She's, I mean, granted, this game is still relatively new, and there's not just a lot of characters to choose from. A Shield Operative is rather useful. It's not a bad decision for your 5th shield either. She's only got the 1 hard node, so she has a longer farm, but she's got a Dispel on her basic attack, which is nice. You can clear one. You have to have it at level 6. Clear a positive effect from the target, and you apply slow on a crit hit for 200 damage. Not a bad basic attack. And then she's got the 2-turn cooldown on the extraction, where you apply stealth the lowest health ally, and then you heal them up for a minimal amount of health, but you get 3 stacks of regeneration. So that actually is the beefy part of the heal. So it's nice you can do it every 2 turns and keep characters, you know, relatively high in health. And then her unique and special, she's a minion, so she only has, you know, 3 abilities. And her last one, her unique, just gives extra focus. A pretty decent character overall. I mean, nothing phenomenal, but when you start talking about these blitz teams, she's a nice. You know, every blitz team needs to have some sort of dispel, right? And she's not a bad option to throw in there, and you can keep her relatively low powered to kind of and use higher power attackers and tanks, and use her as the really low like power to kind of skew the matchups a little bit, and have your main characters hitting a little harder, be able to absorb a little more damage. Decent character. I like her.
Well, she clears positive effects with her
very fast too, or with above average speed at 115, so that's pretty good.
Right. She applies regeneration, and she applies stealth to the lowest health ally. She also can stick slow on an opposing enemy, and you know, she's got it looks like a decent amount of damage with with her basic attack for kind of a generic character, but she at level 6 gets 100% ability to clear a positive status effect and dispel. Basically, so she could dispel a taunt, and a lot of different buffs that the other team has. Her unique is focus, so that will help her be more accurate and get dodged less, I'm assuming. But she has at level 4 of her special, she gives plus 400 health to the lowest health ally, including the stealth. So, again, she's good at protecting, your allies, especially ones that have taken some serious damage throughout the course of the battle. And she's a shield character, so she's definitely got that benefit. And being that we just got through an event where you kind of need shield characters, I think she's kind of worth a little bit of an investment here. If you're going to be going for sort of a generic character at all, you might as well get someone that's going to give you or get you closer to getting Iron Man in the end. So definitely worth it in that respect. But that's our number 5 support character in this game. Moving on to our number 4 support character in Marvel Strike Force. Who do we have here, Maurice? You there? Okay, so number 4 here is Mercenary Lieutenant. So, Mercenary Lieutenant provides a ton of different benefits, and he's got on his basic, a chance to grant ability energy to an ally, which is actually fantastic. And at level 6, it's a guaranteed grant of 1 ability energy to an ally. So, when you're talking about reducing cooldowns basically for your allies, and being able to apply offense up to your allies and speed up to your allies, and also that cost for that ability reduces at the higher levels. And he has a pretty interesting unique for mercenaries, and being that again we have a mercenary event coming up here, this is also pretty relevant. On turn is 25% chance to heal lowest health ally, much like shield operative, that you can help protect the rest of his squad. And being that the mercenaries are all, or at least for the most part, kind of generic characters that aren't going to necessarily have your your highest health pool or your highest damage. I mean, he's kind of a shining light in one of those squads, and you can be definitely a helpful character in other areas of the game besides just the credit heist or the gold event where you're looking for gold. Let's see here.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I was on mute, man. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm sitting here jibber jabbering. I apologize. Yeah, I mean, if you're farming characters for this mercenary event, this is definitely, I mean, a no-brainer. Should be one of your 5 for the team, especially on that mercenary team. He pairs real well because he does generate that ability energy on his basic. So if you can feed that to somebody like Bullseye or Korath, or even Deadpool is also an option. You really, they can use an ability and they don't feed them ability energy, and Korath can get that nuke off quicker. Bullseye can get his big move off quicker. Just Deadpool can keep spamming the AoE and his special move. Just he's a great addition to the mercenary team, but what makes him so great, he's like the poor man's Black Widow. I mean, you and I were crying that neither one of us have Black Widow. He is a suitable substitute because he gives speed up and offense up to 4 allies for 1 turn. So I mean, you can, if you time it properly, use the proper characters, you can really deliver a devastating turn. And as you mentioned, he's got that passive heal, which is real nice. It's just a great character, a character everybody should have at least semi-developed, because he's a plug-and-play dream come true for a lot of the blitz teams that you're going to use at the lower tiers. If you, let's say you have like 3,000, 4,000 power, he can really help out a lot of teams, and while you're climbing the ladder for blitz. It's a great character.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So our next our next top 5 support character. That was number 4. We're moving down now to number 3. And who do we have here, Maurice?
Number 3 is Night Nurse. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Night Nurse. Really, I mean, she makes the raids pretty much just auto fest. She's phenomenal for the raids. Just you can bring in your characters, have them preload their abilities while Night Nurse just kind of keeps them healed up for the first few stages of the raid. You start getting to the harder nodes, but then you start getting to the harder areas, the boss fights in the raid. You've got 5 characters, pretty close to full health, all of their abilities ready just to spam. It's just she's a great character. Got slow or basic, has 2 heal moves. One heals one character, and the rest is a AOE heal with regeneration. The higher you take her, both ability wise and her personal health pool, she heals a lot for a big amounts of heal. And then she's got that triage, the unique there, that just another passive heal. Just similar to Mercenary Lieutenant, I guess, kind of.
Yeah, she applies slow, and she does basically like I guess what the equivalent would be of heal over time, with regenerate, with her special urgent care, and then she has two heal abilities, first aid as well. So she's like a super healer, and in this game, being that we're in the early phases here, we're not at the point where we have such high damage dealers yet, where you really don't need the benefit of some of these characters. I mean, in this game, to get through raids, you can really use the help of a good healer. Being that raids are somewhat similar to like Galactic War in this game, and then also, I mean, when you're talking about even in arena, a good healer can help out as well. I mean, overall, she's one of the best healers in the game, and she's definitely she's actually a pretty popular character. She's in there's a version of her in the Defender series on Netflix as well. So she's definitely got her her place in the story. But she's definitely a very good healing character, a very good raid character, and that's really where her main value is going to be, is in those raids. So almost a necessity when you get to higher level raid gameplay, if you want to clear 100%, and you're really putting in that effort to try to get the best rewards. But that's number 3 support character in Marvel Strike Force. Moving on to number 2 support character in Marvel Strike Force, Doctor Strange. Now, the reason he's all blurry like that is because both Maurice and I do not have this character, because we suck at this game. Okay, but you know what? Besides that, he is awesome. So we're going to talk about why we wish we had him.
Well, his basic doesn't really do that much. It's 150% damage, piercing damage, and it applies offense down. The offense down is unavoidable, which is nice. But the reason he's on this list is for his Windsor Watum move. Apply 2 negative effects against random effects against the primary target, and there's a 90% chance to flip all the positive effects on each enemy to negative effects. So it's basically an AoE dispel, because if the effects are not flipped, if 90% of the time, if they're not 10% of the time, you're just going to whiff. And you'll see it if you watch some of the other YouTubers and stuff that have the character. Every once in a while, you'll see them get all fed up and frustrated because it was at 10%. The other 90% of the time, you're going to turn positive into negative effects. It's pretty cool. If they're not like exchanged for negative effects, they will be dispelled. But what's cool is it will take a taunt and turn it into bleed. So that's pretty cool. So like if you're facing some of these 3 taunt teams, they got Hulk, they got Thanos, and then they got crossbows sitting there ready to pop off as detonate. You can just use that move, and it will just pretty much just turn them all into bleeds. It's pretty phenomenal. Then he's got a revive, which is pretty nice. And then also his passive is on turn, 20% chance to fill lowest speed bar by 30%, which is pretty nice. That's something you don't hear too many of the people really talk about. It only happens 20% of the time, and that 30%, that time you get it, that can be a game changer and win you a fight. this is a character I'm close to, and as soon as I unlock him, I'm gonna take him up as high as I can. I'm pretty excited about him being in the packs now, so I got a real shot to get him.
Yeah, he seems like a great addition to any kind of squad. I mean, whether it's PVE or PvP, and you hit it on the nail on the head there with the fact that he doesn't do a ton of damage, but he does provide a lot of utility, and that's why he's a support character, and a great one at that. Obviously applying negative status effects. He also does do a revive, which is kind of rare in this game, right? I mean, who else has a revive besides him?
They're the hand have revive mechanics. Shield Medic's got some revive in her kit. Possibly some like the AIM team. I'm not sure about them. I don't.
It's kind of.
I don't have really any of them. It's rare.
It's kind of a rare thing, right? Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool that he has that mechanic, and yeah, I mean, he kind of does sort of a heal on top of that revive, and he has a chance to fill a speed bar, which at least a percentage of the speed bar, and that's really cool because again, in any of these games, speed is king, and we don't have anything to the equivalent of mods in this game, so you really can't alter a character's base speed in this game whatsoever. So characters like this that can help manipulate turn meter or speed or whatever you want to call it, can provide tremendous benefit, especially when it comes to the final few moves of a match and try to finish out strong and win the encounter. So that's a fantastic ability to have. And overall, I mean, he's just a great utility character, a great support character for sure, and definitely somebody that I want to get on my squad as soon as possible. And I can't wait till he becomes a farmable character somewhere in the game, so that I can add him to my roster for sure. And he's also, and I mean, I don't think he is in this game, but he's an Avenger, right? So
he's not in this. He doesn't have the tag in this game, though.
So I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe eventually they'll add that tag at some point, which is kind of weird that he doesn't have it. But it's also weird that Spider-Man doesn't have it either. So,
well, you mentioned it earlier in the show. We could be getting additional versions of these characters, or perhaps something like uniforms or something that you can put on. I don't know. I'm just totally speculating, and it's just.
I'm kind of hoping that we get the movie versions of some of these characters. I mean, and we'll see. I mean, maybe not, but I'm assuming before they do all that, they're probably going to introduce the first versions of some other characters, right? I mean, we're going to get Rocket Raccoon. We're going to get some of these other characters, Star-Lord, Groot. We're going to get characters like that before we're going to see alternate versions of characters for sure. But overall, Doctor Strange, definitely a fantastic support character, and that's why he's number 2 on our top 5 support characters list. Now, moving on to number 1 support character in Marvel Strike Force. It's none other than Yondu.
Yeah, no surprise here, really. I think he's phenomenal. He's one of the top characters in the entire game. Just all around use. His basic attacks it can clear 2 positive effects, which is awesome. Then he's got his summon move, which you can pull in 1 or 2 Ravengers. You either get a healer or you get a bruiser. And once you level up to level 6, they get 300% of their normal damage and 100% normal health, and they get offense up for 1 turn. So those Ravengers come in and they throw their AOE, and they can really just clear the board. Pretty awesome. And then the Yaka arrow is just an AOE. It does 200% undodgeable piercing damage, which is very nice. It will not hit stealth targets unlike some of the other AOEs, but it will hit any character that's not in stealth. It could be a life. I mean, it's a game changer. It's a big AOE. And then his unique is really cool. Whenever he takes a turn, he copies a positive effect off of an enemy, and then he gets it himself. And he clears it when you max him out. When you max out the ability to this level, it's 4. He steals the ability and just dispels it on you. So that's at the start of his turn. It's just pretty nice. He can give offense up randomly, defense up. He can take Death Mark. He can take speed up. Very cool ability.
Yeah, I mean, overall, he's probably, I think, top three player in the game, period. He's got a fantastic kit. He does a ton of damage. His area of effect attack is probably one of the strongest in the game. His ability to copy buffs is tremendous. He calls minions, with his Ravagers. And when you get his boarding party ability all the way up to level 6, the Ravagers actually do a decent amount of damage. And they even do that at level 5. But I'm saying at level 6, they can hit a lot harder and take out more characters. Plus, they provide a team heal as well, so they can heal the lowest health ally, and that's a tremendous benefit. He's also got a nice amount of damage and piercing, and clearing positive status effects with his basic attack. And when you get that to level 6, he can clear. Well, he has a 100% chance to clear 2 positive status effects, so that's fantastic. And he's just a great all-around character, a high damage dealer, a great support character because he facilitates the whole squad, and he's really one of the MVPs in this game all around. Definitely a great character overall, and somebody that you have to have in your roster. And if you're not farming him now, you should start immediately.
Yeah, I mean, and he's cosmic and mystic, so that's going to come in super handy for both of those campaigns. So
Right.
he's a must-have. Got to get him.
Must have. But that concludes our top 5 support characters from Marvel Strike Force, courtesy of good old Maurice and Ramona Zab. We're going to move on to some more gameplay here. But if you guys like that, please leave a like on the video. Now, moving back to some gameplay here, I want to also discuss a little bit about, our overall consensus on where we're at with this game and content. And I just want to get your opinion. I mean, are you excited about where we're at right now, or do you think that we need more, or kind of like, I'm asking you this because in other games that we play, some people are starting to complain about how much content that we have and that we have too much. Do you think we're at a nice point in this game where it's just a decent amount right now, and they just want to kind of keep it this way, or do you think that they should, definitely start getting, into some high-level content here in this game?
Well, I mean, we played multiple games similar to this in the past, and just I'm very comfortable with the way it is now. I like that I don't have to spend all day. Like, the only Blitz is very, very time consuming, but Blitz is optional. If I don't do Blitz, it's not going to affect the rest of you guys in the guild. Just not directly. I mean, I will not progress the same rate as everybody else, but you know what I mean. It's not going to affect anybody else if I don't do Blitz hardcore. But but we both know that that's going to change. They'll bring out the Alliance War, which is already on the table here. Then we could get some way to manipulate our characters. Whether it be like a mod system or like some sort of uniforms or some sort of element that can make characters better, and you can kind of mold them to your liking. Manipulate turn order and stuff like that. That type of stuff is going to come. We're going to have a level cap increases. They're going to more campaigns, perhaps additional raids, higher level raids. I mean, we could use a level 60 probably already for the Ultimates raid. I mean, more stuff will definitely come. I like the way it is now. I'm still learning though. I'm by no means
into a lot of stuff and kind of giving everybody a little time to kind of progress and get some characters and then get everything up to snuff. I mean, there's been kind of a lull in other games where they give you a tremendous amount of time to do that, and then it's finally like you're sitting there dying for content and they drop it for you. I think we're at a point now where, I mean, obviously they're going to be coming with the Alliance raids, and that's going to be a huge thing. But before that comes, I think they should wait until we have some more characters and we have a little bit more of a developed roster, because this game has a much larger grind than some of the other games that we play. I mean, being that you need to get almost 800 shards to get a 7-star character in this game, or over 800 shards to get a 7-star character in this game. It's one of those things where it's going to take us some time to get there, and I don't even have one 7-star character yet. And I know that's partly because I haven't spent a ton of money in this game, but I think that most people are kind of in the same boat there with me, and I think that we could benefit from a little bit more time to develop our rosters before we start getting into heavy competitive content. That's just my opinion, but we'll see how they handle it. Now, I would like to get into some discussions based upon what you guys would like to talk about. So, if you guys have any things you'd like to talk about, any topics, or if you have any questions you'd like to ask about what we're doing, or anything at all, now's the time. So type it into the chat, and we'll try to discuss it here before the end of the show.
Yeah, we don't really have too many questions. There was a couple, but we answered them as we went.
Okay.
How much does it cost to 7-star a character?
Well, that's a good question. I can find out for you right now. At least I think I can. I have a 6-star Gamora, so let's see. If I were to 7-star her,
I think it's 500,000.
It doesn't tell me. So
yeah, you have the shards.
If you'd have to have the 7-star shards to find out. So, yeah, no, it doesn't tell me. But I believe to get to 6-star, it's probably 500,000 shards. Yeah.
Do you guys get how the Blitz rank works? That whole milestone thing works. Yeah, the Blitz rank basically is, well, the milestone is something you achieve while you play, and it kind of goes with the ranking. Like the higher tier you get, you have to win 4 battles to progress tiers, and the higher the tier, the higher the multiplier you get for the points. So you want to save all your best teams for the tier 6, 7, and 8 battles. That way they're all multiplied by 3, 3.5, whatever it may be. Tier 8's 4 times multiplier. So with my arena team in tier 8, I'm getting roughly around 20k points a battle. Whereas in tier 1 I might get 4 or 5k. So, 5k I guess would be. So you want to kind of build, you want to rank up and fly through the lower tiers with all your junk characters, because the battle scale, the higher the tier, the larger opposition, the bigger gap it is between the opposing team. 1, 2, and 3 are pretty much cakewalks. But if you get to tier 4 and win, let's say you're in tier 1, you win the first battle, win the second, win the third, lose the fourth, you go back to the first. Now let's say in tier 1 you win 4 in a row and you move to tier 2. Then you win and you lose that first game. If you lose the first game in your current tier, you'll get kicked back a tier. So you always want to make sure you have a very strong team in there on that first battle, because if you lose the second and the third battle in each tier, you'll just be kicked back to the first game instead of moving all the way back. So you want to use your better teams on the first match of any tier and the fourth match so you can progress. And the 2 in the middle are kind of the ones you can kind of throw in some tester teams. It won't hurt you quite as much, but you don't want to get kicked back a tier. You want to climb and climb and climb. I know that Doctor Strange Blitz had about 750,000 points. I didn't even get top 500. So you're going to need a significant amount of points. I could generally get to 1 to 10%. Usually 250 to 300,000 points. I've been pretty comfortably in the top 10%. So I guess it's all relative to. I'm not sure. Are blitzes a global sort of competition, or are there blitz shards as well?
I believe it's a global competition. I don't think it's specific shards, but I could be mistaken.
Yeah. No, we got takedown games. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think that it's one of those things where, I don't think we're in a pool with everybody, but I think that there's probably based on region. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is based on region, but
no, your milestone is a set amount, like a set amount of points for every blitz. Like you're gonna get the milestone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way to 14 for the same point amount every tournament. But the global rankings are going to vary. Like Doctor Strange, like this Mordo Blitz, any newer character that's not obtainable through regular farming means, you're gonna need way more points. But like that Luke Cage event, I'd imagine you get the top 500 of that way easier than you can this Mordo, Doctor Strange, Black Panther type blitzes. So if you're a newer player, you're probably better suited to save your currency in your effort to get some of the easier characters, because you're not gonna be able to get the visions and the cables and you might unlock them, but I just think if I had the choice between a 2-star Mordo or getting 100+ shards of, I don't know, maybe not Luke Cage, but maybe somebody like Bullseye or like Korath or somebody like that, I would go after that. And the Blitz orbs, the Sunday blitzes are pretty good for newer players too to really focus on, because that can get you 3-4 of the premium orbs, and you need everything, or I do at least at this point. So those are helpful.
Yeah, I mean, we had a question here about the Thanos raids.
Yeah, that's the next one. Takedown games. What's up, Xylo? Any idea if Thanos raid is coming back anytime soon? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Also thing works. Rank 1, top 10, all percent, all that. So that was the last question that we had, was about the Blitz ranking.
And then that one, and then Josue asks, what do y'all think is the best faction so far?
Well, I think that we're not looking at the Thanos raid anytime soon. As far as the faction is concerned, I think that the best faction so far, to be honest, from what I've seen, looks to be the Hand.
Yeah, probably so. Just because it's a complete faction. They've got a little bit of everything. I mean, they've got a healer, they have a Dispel and Hand Archer, they've got a summoner, they have a tank-ish in Hand Sentry, who's a very, very good character. They got big burst damage from Elektra, Blade Master, Hand Assassin is okay, but she does have a heal block, which can be real helpful. If like you're facing like a Crossbones team with some sort of healer, you can prevent that healer from healing up Crossbones, so you can take him out and get him out of the way pretty quickly. Avengers looks to be good. But that includes Iron Man and some characters that are more difficult to get. They're probably the best, but they're not very feasible for a free to play or a newer player. I mean, because Hulk you can only get from the achievements. Thor is a raid farm. You get Hawkeye and Captain America, but all the rest of the characters are unobtainable. I mean, Vision was a Blitz character. Black Widow was is a newer character that's unobtainable. Iron Man, Black Panther they just put into the premium orb, and Nick Fury we can't get yet. So in the event Nick Fury does take 5 Avengers, I don't stand a chance. So, but
yeah.
But Hawkeye and Captain America are both Shield and Avengers. So in the event we do get some sort of Avenger event, you'll be able to use them for both that and the Iron Man.
For sure. Yeah. I think we'll eventually get an Avenger event for sure. I don't know. I feel like the Avengers are still missing something. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Thor. Not Thor. I mean, Thor is okay. I like Thor, but I'm saying that he's really missing something, and so is the Hulk. So I mean, there's some characters that really need some love, I think, to make the Avengers really, kind of rock. But Iron Man is really good. Obviously, Captain America is really good. Black Widow. I think that they definitely have the components to be the best squad out there. But I think there's just a few things missing, and when we get those things, I think it'll be better. Is Black Panther considered an Avenger in the game?
Yeah, him and Hawkeye.
So yeah, I mean, if you had Black Panther, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, then that's probably the best faction in the game. But just talking about faction synergy, the Hand, I would say.
Yeah. Xylo, takedown games. Quick. What's the quick 5 villain team to climb to the Kingpin node? What villain team do you use to clear the campaign with?
Well, I mean, my villains aren't that fantastic, but I mean, the villain team I'm using right now is this squad right here. So we'll kind of take a look at it. I'm running Crossbones. I'm running. Um, I was running Ronin, but now I'm going to take Ronin out and actually put in Nebula. And I'm running Thanos, Yondu, and Kingpin. And my Kingpin is still kind of lacking. Like I need like a higher level Kingpin for sure, but he does provide a lot of benefits with his bonuses and buffs. So I'm going to leave him in. I also really like Ronin because of his Team Heal and Dispel and his area of effect attack. Even though he's rated as a very low level character, he doesn't do a ton of damage. He does have some utility as well. And he's one of my favorite characters from the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I mean, I was kind of hoping that he'd be good because he was good in Marvel Future Fight. He just looks like that didn't really translate into this game. He's not really that great.
Yeah, well, he said he's got Yondu and Crossbones. That's definitely two you want to include. Then it's Hand Sorceress and Merc Lieutenant. Merc Lieutenant's not a bad option. You will have to invest resources into him. You're not going to get by with a 2,500, power mercenary lieutenant. But the team I used, it worked fine. Yondu and Crossbones, they were probably 16,000-ish power when I used them. And then I used Thanos, what I got from the raid. Korath is who was another DPS character I used. Then I used Hand Sentry, and that seemed to do it for me. It took a few tries to 3-star it, but Korath is really, really good when you max him out. Thanos is just a meat shield. He's got so much health protection. Highest health in the game, I think, tied with Kingpin. I think it is. I think Crossbones and Yondu. And Hand Sentry, you don't want to taunt with Crossbones, obviously. Hand Sentry will just stealth everybody and just eat all the damage. He'll probably die. Mine was relatively low power, but he stealths them and gets them protected long enough for Crossbones and Yondu to pretty much wipe out anybody on the other team with their AoEs. Korath is good, prevents the healing, can ability block, and Hand Blade Master is somebody I use moving up. Does a lot of damage. Hand Sorcerer's okay, just the heal is relatively lackluster. Does no damage, but the defense up is always nice. So
yeah.
Don't have Thanos. Thinking about Hand Sentry. Yeah, then if you don't have Thanos, and definitely do Hand Sentry if that's an option for you. I imagine you don't have Kingpin if you're wanting to hit the Kingpin nodes.
Hand Sentry's kind of a sleeper.
Yeah, Hand Sentry's really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely a great character. Let me see. I mean, what are your thoughts about Nebula?
I haven't used her too much. She's I don't know. So I don't have her very well developed. I just have like level 3 abilities on her. She's only tier 5, so
I'm at that point where I'm thinking about putting some resources into her. I don't want to do it if she's not worth it. But she is one of my better dark side star-wise. I mean, I have her at 4 stars, and she's going on 5 stars. So I kind of think because she's such an easy to farm character, and because I've gotten some luck with her in drops and packs. I mean, I got her out of a pack as well, so I got like 50 shards for her. So I mean, I don't know. I think she's definitely worth something, at least a look at. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like her kid is missing something.
I would probably invest in her a little bit if she's like one of your top 5 cosmic characters that you have. She probably would be worth the investment because that campaign is hard. You'll need some help. She's like, she doesn't do much damage, but she never dies. She's countering, I hate facing her in Blitz. Like, I get down to 3 characters versus her, and I'm just like biting my nails, just like, oh.
But do we have any more questions?
Not really. Master Kylo's recommending Winter Soldier.
Master Kylo.
Master Kylo. If he's having trouble getting to the Kingpin node, he's gonna have a real hard time getting to that Winter Soldier node. I think it's on the Cosmic campaign. So
yeah, Winter Soldier is definitely a cool character too, though, and he's got a lot of benefits. He's a good damage dealer, and he's a good character. He's just kind of hard to attain, and I mean, is he? Also tagged as an Avenger.
No, no Winter Soldier. No, no.
No, he's not an Avenger. So yeah, I mean, he's got like, I mean, if anything, he would be like Hydra.
He is Hydra.
So I mean, yeah, he's got that. But he's just a you know he's a good character overall. I could see him being a good addition to a lot of different squads. He's great dark side or evil he's a great villains character. So he could definitely help out there, especially since it's kind of rough scraping together a good villain squad. But yeah, it's definitely worth looking into. I want Kingpin, maxed out. I'm gonna be going for Kingpin. So, I mean, I have Kingpin unlocked. I bought that pack when it first came out, and that was that was a pretty good value. Also, obviously we got a good value out of that Captain America pack, and then I recently bought the Black Widow pack. But that's it for now until I see another really good deal like that where it makes sense to spend 20-30 bucks and try to get something done. But don't think I'm going to be able to do this event. I don't think I'm going to have enough star level on these characters, but maybe I can do level 1, maybe the first tier. That's about it. We'll have to see. But if there's no more topics to discuss, I think we're going to wrap up the stream here. We started kind of late, and I know I have work in the morning, and I'm sure Maurice needs to get some rest as well. And we are going to be streaming Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes tomorrow night at around 11:30 midnight. So definitely check that out. I appreciate everybody sticking out with us here to the end at 2:45 a.m. Eastern Time. But we'll be back at our regularly scheduled Friday night live stream next week for Marvel Strike Force, and I have definitely a lot of great things to discuss. We got some cool information possibly over the next few days. With the release of the new characters, maybe we'll get a look at some of these characters. If they do release any packs for these characters that make sense, I'll make an investment and get Antman and Wasp level up for you guys so we could do some gameplay on the stream next week. But we'll have to see what happens until then. And if I get any information from Mobile Gamer that I can share with you guys, I definitely will do that as well. I'm definitely looking forward to working with him and hopefully eventually getting some access into that program too. That'd be great. Kind of like I'm in the EA program. It would be cool to work with them as well at some point. But we'll have to see if that happens. And just continue to make videos, and we'll keep on doing it. But I appreciate everybody checking out the show, and we'll be back with Marvel Strike Force Live next week. But may the Force be with you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.